I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah. Crystal Mitchell, do you have my business plan? Just review the pages.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. And Crystal, today we got a great show.
Oh, we have a fantastic show lined up. We're going to talk about diversity, and we got someone that his specialty is on children and talking about diversity and what has gone on this past week.
Oh
wow. That needs to be one of the primary conversations everybody needs to be having.
Lord.
Yeah, it's been pretty wild. And then we have another controversy, I guess, conversation is that later on the California cannabis industry.
Oh,
so
yes.
We have my friend and the guru and this lady that's going to be on, Sherri Franklin. She is my kind of person because she talks and walks the walk at the same exact time.
Sounds like she's a disruptor to me.
She's a disruptor.
Oh,
and when
yeah.
she talks about visions, she activates on those visions, all in the same conversation. So I love those kind of people.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's going to be an exciting, fun show. And then we have the Leimert Park Book Fair going on this weekend. So our guest that's here today, that's really who came to see.
Okay.
He dropped in on us, but he really came for them. But we're all right with that.
That's cool.
We feel that. So what did you think about this week?
Oh, man. This is like a revisit to the 20s and the 30s, 40s and 50s. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, it has been pretty wild.
They talk about us moving forward. And what I saw there in those few days, it kind of took us really, 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 really back.
Yeah.
And it's very disturbing. It's extremely disturbing. So I'm trying to figure out what our members of Congress is going to really do, instead of talking and, because we know if this was our former president in office, they'll be talking a lot of smack about
he would have already been out.
Yeah.
He would have been already out. But this one here, and it was interesting. What was interesting to me was a couple points. One, his surrogates that are always putting him up on a pedestal.
Yeah.
There was one guy, a black guy actually, and I don't get that part, period, but okay. He actually broke down in tears because he realized whatever he has been doing he was on the wrong road with the wrong person. As my mom used to say when I was growing up, and I think this is called universal mom wisdom.
Right.
When you lay down with dogs, you're going to get up with fleas, and they always tell you be careful of who you associate with.
Oh, yes.
My mother must have drilled that into me from the time I could comprehend what she was saying.
Yes.
And so when you look at this whole Trump administration...
We'll just refer to him as 45.
45. So, they're all like, what is wrong with you? But what I did like this week was... the news commentators, which is the reason why he's in there, they have realized the error of their ways. So I saw so many of them putting them on the spot. No, that's not true. That's not true.
Yeah.
I will not have you on my show lying. That is not true.
That is
and
good.
that's what should have been going on
From
all
day
along.
one.
From
Since day one. But you know what?
Right.
What can I say?
But
I'm trying to bite my tongue.
I know. But did you see I don't know if you saw the HBO show special that came on. It was called Vice. It's from Vice News.
I watch it every now and again, but I didn't watch that episode.
This one. So they were they had a young lady that was interviewing all of the neo-Nazi and the Klanmen and all that sort of stuff, and she was actually there with them while they were going through this process. She's a blonde, with the glasses, blonde girl with ponytails.
Yes. Oh yes.
So this one guy was talking all big and bad, and he was all his weapons laid out on the bed. And the next day, when he found out there was a war,
that the FBI is after him,
he cried like a baby. He's like, "What the heck? How do you be so big and bad?"
That's what I'm talking about. They're all cowards.
They're all cowards. And then now they're upset because some of their parents have disowned them and their family members have disowned them. One guy was kicked out of his town. They said they don't have anything to do with him. Right. So they got caught up in that frenzy melee stuff and realizing, and one guy even like, wait a minute, this was supposed to be fun. I was just coming to have fun. I'm not a Nazi. Well, again, whoever you lie down with, that's what you coming up with. You're going to be just like them.
And you know what really kills me about this, Crystal, is that 45 is really supporting all of that. All of that, right? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, he's over here cutting all these small business programs. There's no funding available for small businesses. There's nothing. He's tapping into the MBDA program. He's tapping into the SBA program, the funding that small businesses would get. All the grants and loans that were available out there, they're cutting all those programs out because of these other people that he's supporting on the other side.
But at the same time, those people are not recognizing when he says jobs, how are you going to bring back jobs that robots have taken over?
That's what I'm talking about.
And it had nothing to do with them. It was just the fact that businesses are in business to make money. And for them, robotics is the next thing. I was with a friend of mine that works for Tesla Foundation. He said, that's the future. And so what needs to be happening is those individuals need to be trained on how to program the robotics, not do the labor, because it's no longer efficient.
And you see, because of his ignorant approach to resolving that issue last week, what happened? All those 8 CEOs from those powerful organizations decide to quit.
They all left.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, they all left.
Because they recognize that they don't want to align themselves with that. They've got shareholders to report to. They've got businesses who are supporting their products and services. They don't have time for that stuff.
Right.
That's non-productive.
And their stockholders drive them.
Exactly.
So if it looks like the stock is about to drop, oh no, they ain't even about that at all. They got to go. So all of them want. And I think today, didn't the Art Council, I think about 13 of the 17 that walked away from that.
That's what I'm talking about.
And then we got Steve Bannon, he's gone, and now he's going to have a personal vendetta. They need to just round them all up. Actually, I would prefer to see them walk out in the orange suits and the handcuffs.
Actually,
That's what I would prefer
I
to
think
see.
they're going to evoke one of two things. Either the articles of impeachment or they're going to do the 25th Amendment.
Yes.
25th Amendment, whenever you're not sound in mind
there's
as
a couple
a president.
Of senators that already came up and said that the man is not a sound mind.
Oh, yes.
And when he made his statement on Saturday and everybody saw that he was uncomfortable with that, and then he came back on the next day and that was the real Trump. That was the real Trump. There ain't no joking about who this man, and this is who he was when he was, hey, Candace, how are you? Congratulations on your renewing of your marriage vows, my sister. There was a marriage retreat last week, and all of the ladies all of my friends, that are married, they all renewed their vows at this retreat.
I guess you and I got to renew our vows too, Crystal.
Yeah, for the show.
It's been a year. It's been a year now that we've been on the air. And this is very successful for us.
Yeah.
We've done some great things.
Yeah, we've interviewed some amazing people, and we're going to continue to do that.
So I guess we got to renew our vows in October, right?
I guess we have to renew our vows in October. So the other thing going on, I was talking to, let me back up a little bit. Today I just came from a impromptu tour. Crenshaw Chamber of Commerce had a tour of the new Kaiser Permanente that's right here in the community.
Yes.
Beautiful facility.
That's great.
So a lot of the other community-based organizations, and Mike Jones, who was the president of the chamber, who's going to be the interim president shortly.
Oh, wow.
So we were talking, and we were talking about how we can now start coming together, and we should be coming together because this is that time for it, right? So even though what we're seeing in Charlottesville and all over, the neo-Nazis, this is a time, I think it had to happen.
Yeah.
Because America can't move forward until we address what transpired when we were slaves. And I saw a picture on Facebook this week, and it says they don't want to forget the Civil War.
Right.
But they want us to forget that we were slaves.
That's what I'm talking about.
So you can't have both.
Well,
one fed into the other one. So
they ask us to do that, but they don't ask any of the other groups to do that.
Right, exactly. So I think this is as Candace said, we just renewed our commitment to the business community, and we appreciate us, both of us.
All right. Thank you, Candace.
So
good looking out.
So Kaiser, though, is going to be amazing. Everything is completely automated.
Great.
When you walk in the door, they're going to know that you're there. Once you check in, the whole entire building knows you're there.
That's great.
They're going to send out messages that your medication is low, or if you just need to talk to your doctor, you can use your tablet to talk to your doctor, so you don't have to come in.
Sound like they've been having some committee meetings and some town hall meetings.
Yeah,
because that's a big step up right there.
Yeah, that's a big thing. They have all this amazing artwork all over the facility, and they took art from the community artists. So it was a young lady on the tour with me. She actually did one of the mosaics. Absolutely beautiful.
Wow,
it was in the lobby.
That's great.
So we're going to have her on the show.
Excellent.
And some others. So that was pretty cool. That was a highlight for the day.
Oh, that sounds good, Crystal.
Highlight for the day.
You're in the thick of things there. You know
I have
meeting
to
with
be.
some of the movers and shakers.
Yeah, you got to make a presence from Recycling Black Dollar. I'm there as a representative of Recycling Black Dollars, and as well as for the Business Zone, and just being an activist for the community.
Right.
Because we have to engage for things to change in our community. We have to get off of our deficits and be involved. And we got to bring other people together to understand that we're the only ones that's going to fight for us. Everybody's fighting for themselves. If we didn't see anything this last weekend, was everybody else is fighting for themselves, trying to hang on to what they believe is right for them.
Yes.
And we have to do the same thing. So in that vein, I was very proud of the Kappa fraternity. Mm-hmm. They're standing up for Colin Kaepernick.
That's great.
They sent out a letter to the commissioner and the NFL commissioner and said they were going to do their 120,000 members of the Kappa Alpha side. They were going to boycott the NFL until they make sure that Colin has got a job.
That's amazing.
Isn't that amazing?
It's about time that we stand up and we unite. Because we talk a lot as African Americans. We talk a lot, but we don't activate. We don't act.
Right.
And for them to do that, to me, that's a big thing. If it were any other groups, those groups would come together and say, we're either not supporting this, we're not purchasing, and all of a sudden it will make some changes.
Right.
But with us, we don't do that. So I'm happy to see that happening.
So they and as I was talking to a friend of mine, Leo Kabline, he's a Kappa, and he was saying it's more than just the fact that there's 120,000 members. Mm-hmm. He says of those members, they got lawyers and doctors.
That's right.
And big corporate heads. Mm-hmm. And so these are the ones that are buying box seats.
They've got influences.
They have influences, right? And you got a lot of political senators and governors and mayors, and so that's a powerful move from them.
Oh yeah.
Now, if all the other Greeks did the same thing, we would literally change how they view us.
And that's what we got to start doing moving forward.
We have to do that.
We got to come together. We got to mobilize that movement and make sure this thing happens.
Right. And I use the Greek analogy because they're always saying that we can't come together, but that's not true. Because the first organization, when you go to college, if you pledge, you are pledging to be your brother or your sister, your Sora, and that's a group that stays cohesively together. The Delta women, they move in like one big unit.
Oh, yeah.
So that's not true that we don't operate together.
Right.
And if you've been a member of a church, you operate together.
Yes.
So why can't we operate together that way in business?
That's what I'm talking about.
Why are we not supporting our own businesses?
That's what I'm talking about.
Because we're already doing that, right?
That's what I'm talking about.
You know how to do that.
And I've said this on the show so many times before. We occupy 12% of the economy, right? Mm-hmm. And the Latinos are 39%. So you add 39 and 12%. That's 51%. We're dominant.
Right.
Why can't we come together and dominate?
Exactly. And the conversation we had, not just African Americans, why don't we come together and collaborate with our African brothers, our Caribbean brothers,
That's
our Pan.
What I'm talking
Why
about.
Are we not doing that?
That's
because when we do that, then we're even bigger than 12%.
Well, you know what I think, Crystal? I think you and I got to make this effort where we should launch that we should launch that campaign.
Yes.
You know, we're not going to wait for anyone else to do that. We're just going to go out there and launch that campaign, start reaching out to different groups and try bringing them together.
Yeah, I think so.
And for those of you who are just listening or just tuning in, you're on the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert Buchanan, the small business paramedic. Our phone number here is 323-293-3375. That's 323-293-3375. And also our sponsors, Crystal alluded to it earlier, but Recycling Black Dollars is one of our sponsors, as well as Small Biz Pro. So those are our key sponsors, and we're looking for additional sponsors. So if you're listening, we'd love to support the Business Zone. We really would welcome that.
Yeah, and this weekend, earlier this week, because it's my downtown right now. I'm in between Mount Sac.
Yeah.
I just came off of July, the July of, I don't even know what we want to call that. I was in, out, working here and doing all that sort of stuff with the children. That's my philanthropy month where I'm doing the biz camp for the kids. But so now I got to go out and meet some new businesses in the community.
Yes.
That just opened, just started and launched, and they're minority owned, black owned. So I went to Inglewood and I invited when we're going to have this young lady on the show. They have a very unique business. It's called Just Weave. So it fits that, how I feel about the hair industry, right?
Yes, yes.
So I met her. This young lady, there's 5 of them I found out yesterday when I went, and they had owned another shop over on, I think, Manchester, and now they have a second location for Just Weave. They have these amazing packages. So ladies, you can go in and get your full head for $150. They sell hair. I talked to them about actually thinking about a beauty
sponsoring the show,
sponsoring the show, being on the show, and becoming a member of Recycling Black Dollars.
Yes.
And I also talked to them about the potential of owning a beauty supply store.
That's beautiful.
Right, because they already got the hair.
Yeah.
So now, but the young lady went to Malaysia, she went to China, she went to India, and she chose her own hair. And so there's a video on their website that shows that. So it's justweaves.com, and they are on Crenshaw and 107th, I think. They're in a little shopping center, and it's called Just Weave.
So they have a storefront.
They have a storefront.
Okay. And just so you know, Just Weave, Crystal and we can assist you with your business. Crystal does the financial, bookkeeping, payroll, and all of those things. We do the infrastructure over on this side, business management, business infrastructure, certification. If you're a minority woman, we can help you become certified so you can obtain opportunities otherwise.
Right, exactly. And that's what I kind of told her. So yesterday, RBD had our second relationship building workshop with Renee Coda.
All right.
And just like you, he showed out.
Oh, he showed out.
He showed out just like you.
That's what I'm talking about.
We had a good time. So we're going to have Renee on the show
in
September.
Excellent.
We've already
How many people showed up?
We had about 31 people.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
Very
so it was a good show.
Same location, right?
Same location right there at the U.S. Community Room right there on Crenshaw and Slauson.
That's great.
So we have another one next Thursday on August 24th.
Good.
And so we have a young lady. I don't quite remember her name, but
is it Catherine?
Nadia, Noni,
Nadia? Oh.
Yeah, I don't know this name, but Renee did a great, fantastic job.
That's good. That's good. So he's in good company.
He's in good company, and you know how he is. He's funny, and he's kind of like an oxymoron. He's like the military, but he's got humor, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Or humility, as he called it.
Humility.
Yeah, humility. So that was really cool. So we
good.
did that. Also, right now, Recycling Black Dollars. So this is your opportunity because you missed out last time, right?
I know.
So Recycling Black Dollars has started their 90 and 90 day membership drive. We want 90 new and renewing members in the next 90 days. And if you renew now, you'll get a combo ad in our resource guide.
Really? Now?
Right.
All right.
And then we want to do some talking with you on how we can get them into the Small Biz Pro.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
Until we get our application. But let's see if we can work together. So, but that's what we're going to do. So 90 and 90, we need you and everyone on Facebook Live and everyone in the audience to become a member of RBD because Recycling Black Dollars has been in the community for 30 years. And our sole purpose is to support our black businesses.
Right.
So I'm an advocate I'm out in the street all the time, and everybody knows who I am. They know my big mouth is always going to be talking. Yes. And so if you're in our family, you can guarantee I'll be sending people to you.
That sounds good to me.
So you need to become a member of RBD.
Well, that helps me to make a transition to let our listeners know exactly what Small Biz Pro is all about. Now, Small Biz Pro is a 3-in-1 business management, procurement assistance, and market research assistance system that helps small businesses to become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. Now, how does this happen? Well, it's a system where you log in. It's online. It's a cloud-based system. You log into that system. You register your business, answer 6 questions. That's it, and you get registered. Then you upload your key documents into that system. And by uploading your documents, I'm talking your business plan, your insurance, your business insurance, your tax ID, your infrastructure documents, meaning if you're a corporation, you want to do your bylaws, your articles, and all of those things. So once you upload those to the system, you can access them whenever you need, wherever you are in the world, in 10 seconds or less. So if I need your contracts, if I need your capability statement, I need your minority insurance, you can just access that using your smartphone, your laptop, or your tablet, wherever you are in the world. It's amazing. I had a workshop yesterday with the LA Latino Chamber, downtown LA.
Okay.
Phenomenal. They loved it. Loved it. Never seen anything like that before.
It's an amazing program. Yes. And if you're in the certification business and any business, actually, when you go to looking for documents and you got to go searching all over your email, and most people don't even have an updated filing system anyway.
Exactly.
And those documents sometimes they expire because you don't see them on a regular basis. So your program will let you know, right?
Send them alerts and remind them to renew their documents.
Right, exactly.
Oh, yes. So it's phenomenal. Really love it. We had about 20-something people in the workshop yesterday, and they were all blown away. They're going, how come I've never seen this program before?
So we got to get a big investor for it so we can take it to the next level. Because we've been talking about some great things that we can do with it. And in fact, the conversation you and I had last week about it, I kind of briefly mentioned it to Renee. Well, he actually started talking about it.
Oh, really?
In the same vein that we talked about it, and I went, wow.
Really?
Because that's what he was saying was missing.
Oh,
and he got somebody that would be interested in doing that. So you and I got to meet with Renee.
We got to do a sit down then. And here's also what's going on. I don't know if I tell you this yet.
What?
I'm supposed to be telling you these things, right?
Yes, you are.
So next week, I'm the procurement chairperson for the California Hispanic Chambers of Commerce. So next week we're having our annual convention up north in wine country, Sonoma. And I'm going to be on the Hispanic Shark Tank next week.
Oh, wow. You did mention that. I can't wait. That's exciting.
So I'm very excited about that. So I'm going to see if I can get some money, some funding out of it for the program. Because really, this program is not just for me. Because I could build this for myself. I could upload my documents and it benefits me.
Right.
But I want to make sure small businesses get the opportunity of utilizing this to become business ready, contract ready, so they can go out and be more efficient in their business.
Right, exactly.
So that's really what I'm going to be pushing on the Shark Tank. I really want them to see that it's not about me. It's about small businesses.
Yeah, exactly. And we just have to make a platform so small businesses have all the tools that they need.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, today when I was at the tour for Kaiser, we were having this conversation, and everybody, was the same conversation that our small businesses don't hear the information or don't get the information early enough so that they can act on it.
Exactly.
And as I was telling them about the show, that's one of the reasons for the show.
Exactly.
Is to make sure that you get information that you need so you can make better business decisions in a timely manner and not because you have to.
That's right.
And so that's fantastic. Candace says, wow, Gilbert, congratulations.
Thank you, Candace. I get this funding, Candace. Believe me, you'll be one of the first recipient of this program.
Oh, there you go. So that'll be fantastic.
And since we have a quasi PR person in the corner over there who is listening, who might want to take this on, you never know. She might be able to take it to Amazon or wherever we need to go.
Yeah, so it's going to be big. We got some big stuff coming up, and we're excited. And again, I think the world is ready, or at least I hope our people are ready. And there are a lot of our people that woke up this week, and they got a
wake-up call.
They got a wake-up call because it was real. Charlottesville was real.
That was real.
And when you hear so many of the people, I mean, somebody runs down another human being and think it's okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
This world has gone nuts.
It's unbelievable.
It's gone nuts. So this is a time to embrace and try to bring some sanity back. Yeah. But it's also our window of opportunity.
For sure.
And we as African American people or Black people or Caribbean, Pan-African, whatever we are, we came from that continent, from the African continent. We need to get our acts together and start working together and realize that we are our own saviors.
Exactly.
And we need to do what we're supposed to do.
You know, back in the day, we were the first entrepreneurs.
I know.
We were the ones bartering, from village to village. We're exchanging information. We may not exchange money, but we exchange service for product and product for product.
I think they called that, I think I read that recently, susu. I think they called that susu.
Yes.
Is that what that's called?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that and that was a whole barter system.
Yes.
And if you needed a tractor or you needed your fields plowed, then your neighbor came over with his tractor and he plowed it. And then when you had your first harvest, then you fed his family.
That's exactly
what
it was.
To be doing.
That's how we got started. But somehow along the way, we've forgotten.
Yeah.
We have forgotten. So we got to bring it back into perspective.
We have to bring
that. That will be you and I doing this.
Yeah, that's it. Yes. And along the same lines with Kaepernick, there was a video that I saw this morning that came out, and they asked me to send it out through my messenger, and I did. It's a number of Black men are coming together, and they put a black T-shirt over top of their favorite team, and they will not be watching any games. Yes. They will not be participating in any fantasy football and nothing during this time until we get some equality in the NFL.
I hear that.
So they're shutting down, and so one of the things they said, a number of things they said was, step one, they're going to start spending that time that they would be going to watch games with children and teaching children how to play football and spending that time. They will be at their churches praying. They will be with their wives and girls spending time where during that season most women become widows. So now their men will be there for them. So they all came out and they talked about that, and it was an excellent video. So I have to share it with you. I put it on Facebook this morning.
I'm loving that.
Yeah, that was awesome. So whoever they were, if it was the Raiders or the Chargers or whomever it was, they put a black shirt over. So LA gonna get their acts together because we've got the two new stadiums.
Two teams, two stadiums that we need to fill. So you better get their act together.
The only thing people hear, because the only thing that no one discriminates is the color of green money.
That's what I'm talking about. And makes a lot of people nervous.
Right. So I don't even know why we never used this power before. But if it takes football for us to get it together,
that's what we're going to do.
And then that's fine with me. I'm all right with that. So we got a few seconds before we go to on commercial. On a solemn note, I told you last week one of my young ladies that was in my biz camp died.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Yeah, she was 16 years old. Her name is Amina Muhammad. So the services are this weekend. So we're going on Saturday. It's a very sad time. Right. I also learned that her mom had died 2 years ago. So now the dad is dealing with the death of his wife and now the death of his only daughter. Right. So we still don't know why it happened, but definitely want to hold their family in our prayers and know that we're there. And she was such an amazing young lady. The reason I do what I do with kids is because I want to make a difference. Yeah. And so I do know we left a very lasting impression on her, not knowing that was going to be the last time. But we did an awesome job with our camp. We had some amazing kids. We had one of them here last week.
Oh, yes.
And Miss Hannah Chung, and she won the competition, and she was awesome.
She was phenomenal.
I just love kids. They're just so phenomenal. Yeah. And you embrace them and they just absorb everything you have, and that's what the camp was like. And so our next guest, or our first guest, is going to be a great segue, because that's what he does. He writes books and publishes books for kids, and so we're going to really interview him, and that's what I do. They're the reason I do what I do.
That's good. That's good. Well, I know you have a passion for this thing. I've seen you over the years working with kids, helping kids. As a matter of fact, what you didn't talk about, which I'm going to touch on briefly before we go to break, is that, you know, you took some kids with you last week to Maryland, to Baltimore.
I did. We came back with some hardware, took 14 tennis players, our elite tennis players. We took them to the American Tennis Association Centennial Championship program. And I didn't even know how significant it was, some of the stuff, because you get there and you find out history. And I met a lady, her name is Bonnie Logan. She won the ATA championship in 1964. She was the reigning champion to 1974.
First African-American.
And at that time, if you won the ATA Open, then you were considered the best woman or the best man, but black, tennis player in the country, and you automatically got an invitation to the USTA Open, and you got to play there. They've changed those rules now, but it was pretty significant. We had Richard Williams. He came out and hit with the kids, and he was honored and inducted into the ATA Hall of Fame.
And for those of you who are listening who don't know who Richard Williams is, that's the father of Serena and Venus Williams.
And the significance of that, I found out this week, was he bucked the system. He bucked the USTA system, and he bucked the ATA system.
He is a disruptor.
And he's a disruptor.
That's what I love.
And he took his children, his two girls, they're the best tennis players in the world, right?
In the world.
And so now we're going to honor him.
But you know what's amazing, though? When he first came out with those two kids, and they introduced them to the market, he told the world that they're going to become the best tennis players. Well, you remember he said that, and nobody listened. Nobody
his girls are
him.
The best, and so we introduced him to the kids. He spent a whole lot of time with the kids. We got two kids that received scholarship offers from Morgan State. And we stayed at Morgan State, and the significance of Morgan State was that when 100 years ago, when the ATA started, we could not stay at any of the hotels. So the only place we could stay was at a black college, and that was Morgan State. So we stayed there with the kids. It was awesome. So next year, we're getting ready to start our campaign. We're getting ready to kick it off, and we'll make sure we're having a souvenir booklet appreciation for all our sponsors. And then we're going to kick off our campaign for 2018.
I'm loving that.
And we're going to Orlando, Florida.
I'm loving that. With that being said, we're going to have to take a break right now. We went a little bit over our time, but we're going to take a break. You're listening to the Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. If you need to give us a call, our number here is 323-293-3375. That's 323-293-3375. Take a break.
Hello, meet Larry. Larry is a general contractor. Larry is very good at his craft, but Larry has a very tough time managing his paperwork because he is busy taking care of his clients' needs. Larry just cannot find his important business documents when needed. Larry is also being passed over for bid opportunities from prime contractors because he is perceived as not ready. He doesn't know where his business license, certifications, insurance, and other key corporate documents are located most of the time. Lucy owns an auto body and collision repair shop and has been using a business management and procurement assistance program called Small Biz Pro to keep her business organized, business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. Small Biz Pro is a 3-in-1 cloud-based business management, procurement, and market research assistance system designed to help businesses become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. It also provides back-office operation solutions for small businesses. Lucy is able to stay ahead of her competitors because she uses Small Biz Pro to manage her business daily. Lucy just clicks on Small Biz Pro from her tablet, mobile phone, laptop, or any internet-accessible device for data retrieval, and she's got it. Lucy introduces Larry to Small Biz Pro, and now Larry is more organized and can now find all of his documents and new bid opportunities in seconds. Larry now saves $120 in labor costs for each missing or misplaced document. Just simply go to your web browser and log into smallbizpro.net and register today for a limited 30-day free trial offer. Services start as low as $1 per day. Let's put the competition out of business. Small Biz Pro. If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. Register now at smallbizpro.net and begin saving money. Email info@smallbizpro.net or call 626-533-1186.
And so we are back, and we are here. We have our guest today, and we're really, really excited, Gilbert, because as I said earlier, the Leimert Park Book Fair is here in Los Angeles, and it's so important. You know, I grew up reading like 2-3 books a week. I've gotten away from that as an adult.
See, that's one of the things I love about you, Crystal. You read a lot.
Yeah, I read so much when I was a kid that I read everything that the library allowed me to read at the age of 12. My mom had to start buying books, and they became my friends. So in storage today, I have like 25 boxes of nothing but books because they're my friends. So I really respect what you do, sir. So this is Mr. Thomas Kinslow, and he's the creator of Dewey Does Children's Book Series and the president and CEO of a Dewey Does company. And in 1999, he created Dewey Does, an animated character inspired by his then 7-year-old son, Jonathan. He admits that his son wasn't the star athlete or the first pick of the team sport. Still, Jonathan displayed a positive disposition and passion for sports. Kinslow wanted to embody his son's spirit in the character Dewey Does, who can do anything with the right attitude, reinforcing a message of perseverance and fitness. He chooses to tell the story of Dewey Does through the prism of sports because it's accessible and something that crosses racial, ethnic, and gender lines. So we are so happy to have Mr. Thomas Kinslow with us. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to the Business Zone.
Thank you. Appreciate Crystal and Gilbert.
Are you a writer or just the publisher?
Well, I started out as a writer.
Okay.
And I couldn't get my own books published, so I converted and started becoming a publisher.
No, that's important. Yeah. So are most of your authors, are they actually children book writers or story writers? Or
yes, our main author is a gentleman named John Cooper, and he's a screenplay writer by trade.
Oh, okay.
And he came across, we kind of somehow met each other. He's from Long Island, New York, and he converted himself into writing children's books.
Oh, okay. So tell us about Jonathan and what inspired you to, because something he did that inspired the whole process.
It was his passion. It was self-induced. A lot of parents tend to force their kids into certain things, and I let my son evolve into it. And sports was his. He just gravitated right to it, and I just sat there and watched him.
Okay.
And he was overweight and no less than confidence. He had all the confidence in the world, just overweight, and his coaches shied away from him in basketball and other sports. But I noticed his passion took over every single time.
Okay.
His will to become better at each game.
Okay. So how old is Jonathan now?
23.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how does he feel that this book that the character is based upon him?
Oh, he loves it.
He does?
He loves it, yes.
Oh, now, what does he do? What did he go to school for, and where did he go to school?
He ended up going to Fresno State.
Oh, well, so he's out here. He was out here.
No, he was out here.
Okay.
And played a little football, and then now he's back in the workforce in New York.
Oh, okay, cool.
Excellent. Now, is that the only book that you've written?
We've published 3 books.
Okay.
The Comeback, First Aid, In the Groove, and The Comeback. All central focused on Dewey Does, and they do pretty well in the New York City school system and different places around the country.
That's great. Great. So how do you see fitting in writing books and publishing books, tying that into entrepreneurship? How do you see that?
It's a challenge. Some people say it's a challenge because you're African American, and I say no.
Okay.
I accept it as a challenge overall to get into an industry that I'm not familiar with. But from now, I am very familiar with it.
Yeah.
We have successfully sold over 30,000 books.
Wow, that's phenomenal.
That's
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What distribution channel did you use? Amazon or?
We directly off our website.
Oh,
We
really?
go directly into the school systems. And particularly the New York City school system has been very good to us.
That's great.
And right now they sell directly off our website. And yes, we do have an online and on Amazon.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Wow. So I see some of the characters. Let's see. We have Big Bang. He's a 10-year-old African-American boy who doesn't play sports, but instead loves playing the piano and is a musical prodigy. And Shy Anna.
Shy Anna, yes.
And she's Asian from China who's unbeatable on the basketball court. And we have Fussy Fran, white girl who's always a little fussy, second-guessing Dewey in his antics. And